Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us for our very first episode of Prep Rally, a podcast focused on Catholic high schools in the Diocese of Phoenix. My name is Abigail Standish, and I'm going to be hosting this episode of Prep Rally. I'm the coordinator of Catholic social teaching for the Diocese of Phoenix, but my background is in high school ministry, so I'm very excited to be here with y'all today. Before we begin, I want to give a huge shout out to our sponsor, Catholic Education Arizona. Thank you so much for sponsoring this podcast, as well as the beautiful work you do in our state to promote Catholic education. On today's episode, we have 3 incredible students here to talk about their recent experiences receiving the sacraments of initiation. These sacraments include baptism, First Holy Communion, and confirmation, and are the sacraments that we receive as part of our process of becoming fully initiated adults in the Catholic Church. After all of that explaining, I am excited to introduce our guest. With us today, we have Jaden Ramirez from St. John Paul II, Kenny White from St. Mary's, and Chloe Grandal from Notre Dame. Welcome, y'all.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
So I want to begin. We're going to go around and introduce ourselves. And so if y'all can, I want y'all to tell us about the sacraments that you recently received and something fun about yourself, like your hobbies, extracurriculars, whatever you want to do. So Jaden, we'll go ahead and start with you.
Oh, so I received confirmation, and some things that I enjoy doing is drawing, acting, and singing.
That's incredible. So have you been in a recent play or musical at JP2?
Yeah, I've been in Fiddler on the Roof.
Incredible. That sounds awesome.
It was really nice. I played Seidel, and it was one of the supporting characters.
Okay.
Yeah.
Incredible. Thank you so much. Okay, Kenny, welcome.
Well, I just received baptism, First Holy Communion, and the confirmation. And the hobbies I like to do is like basketball, and then I also play golf. I just picked up golf lately, which is pretty fun.
Awesome. Okay. So what position did you play in basketball?
I play point guard / shooting guard.
Okay.
So, I mean, it's pretty good.
Okay. I don't know anything about basketball. Are those the people that like actually?
Those are people that have like the ball most of the time.
Okay.
And, like, shoot the ball again.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Perfect. Thank you. Okay. And Chloe, will you introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Chloe. I just received baptism, First Holy Communion, and confirmation. I've played soccer for 12 years, and I love to work out. I love spending time with my like family and friends, and going to Bible study with my friends. That's just been a huge thing I've been loving lately. So yeah.
Okay. Incredible. And what position did you play in soccer?
I played defensive midfielder.
Okay. I also don't know anything about soccer. So what position, what do you do on the field?
So I'm kind of in the middle. I like bridge the gap between defense and offense, but I'm also more on the defensive side.
Awesome.
So I help out with those efforts, but when I get the ball, I try to like advance it forward and switch the point of attack. So yeah, that's my favorite.
Okay. Incredible. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So Kenny, we're going to do our first question with you. So you said that you recently received all 3 sacraments of initiation. Can you tell us a little bit about that? What inspired you to seek receiving these sacraments?
Well, I've always like seeked it because at St. Mary's, like the 4 years in high school, they always like pushed me to kind of like get baptized. But there's probably 2 main people that like helped me really do it, which one of them is Father Wetzel, which Jaden actually does know. And then the other one is Sister Maria Rose, who's a teacher at St. Mary's. I had her sophomore year, and then she always kept telling me that she was praying for me to get baptized, and kept doing it. And then I actually had her for my senior year of high school. And I kind of made a decision after talking to Father Wetzel one time, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna do it this year. Like I'm gonna get it done. And then I talked to our father, which is Father Bolding, and then we ended up making it happen on Easter.
Incredible. That's amazing. So you mentioned basketball. Can you tell us a little bit, how does basketball influence your faith, and kind of vice versa as well?
Well, like before basketball games, like we would always pray to make sure like keep us safe, and hopefully we could win the game as well. And then also like on my own time, like I would also like pray like to get better, work on my stuff. And then like how Jesus, he's like a leader. So I feel like it helped me like be a leader as well in the court, and always like forgive people if they make mistakes, and just try to tell them to get better basically.
Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you for sharing that. So Chloe, we're going to go to you next. Can you tell us, you also received all 3 sacraments of initiation. Can you tell us a little bit about that, what it meant to you, what inspired you?
Yeah, so in middle school and for like the most part of my early life, I was Christian, but I never really knew what it meant until I went to Notre Dame, and I just was exposed to the Catholic faith and like in theology class and the mass. And I just decided freshman year, like, this is something I'm going to do. This is my goal by the time I graduate. But I I got obviously distractions in high school, and it was really my junior year. My theology teacher, Miss Gately, remarkable woman. If you're listening, Miss Gately, I love you and I'm going to miss you. She's actually my godmother and sponsor, but she just helped me so much discover my faith and discover who God is in my life. And it was really I chose to do it my senior year because I was a candidate on Kairos in November, and that really helped me just know what I want to do. And I realized that I just want to bring God with me forever.
Yeah.
So, I got baptized, received First Communion Communion and Confirmation on Easter Vigil. So that was great. And that just really equipped me I like Kairos in April too. So I feel like that was just like the icing on the cake, like having that faith and being able to lead Kairos, like amazing. So
incredible.
That's a little bit about my journey.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing that. So you balance a lot of things. Like you mentioned earlier, you do soccer, you love hanging out with your family and friends, just all these different things in your life. How do you balance that with your faith and being you recently graduated, but having been in high school, how did you balance all of that?
I really just think it's not hard to balance as long as you're putting God at the center of it all. And it was just me realizing that like anything I'm doing good is because God is helping me, and like he's just there every step of the way. And it was not hard to balance it because he was just at the center of it all for me. So, and like he was just my reason. So it was great.
That is really inspiring, and definitely I think a motivation also for everybody listening to remember to keep God at the center of everything that we do. Thank you. Yeah. Okay, Jaden, so you recently received confirmation, correct? Mm-hmm. Okay. Can you tell us a little bit about that, similar to previous answers? What inspired you? What did it mean to you?
Honestly, in junior year, I learned that I didn't receive confirmation. And honestly, I was really scared to receive confirmation and really like embarrassed because, at junior year or senior year, most of the time, the people have already received most of their sacraments. So I honestly felt like, really embarrassed to have received it so late. And on top of that, like, I was scared because I didn't want the people from my school to like, all of them were going to be at the mass. So I didn't really want like a lot of people to see. But throughout my 4 years at JP2, I always felt like something was missing in my faith. I would go to adoration or retreats, but I never really felt fully connected to God, no matter what I did. And it wasn't until senior year that like Father Wetzel, like he really pushed me to receive confirmation, and he assured me that it would be okay. So I decided that I would receive confirmation in my senior year because I didn't want to regret anything. And honestly, it wasn't as scary as I thought, and it was a really nice experience. Father Wetzel walked me through everything, and I'm really glad that he pushed me into doing it, because if I didn't do it, then I wouldn't be where I am today. And I'm really like happy that I did it. Yeah.
That's incredible. Thank you so much for opening up and sharing that with us, especially the part of you persevering and still deciding to get confirmation, even though there might have been some challenges with it or some thoughts of, I don't want my classmates to see me getting it late. But still, it's really definitely, I think, inspiring to all of us to show it's never too late. It's always good to go in with your sacraments and to really fully dive into your faith. So thank you for that inspiration to all of us. So earlier, you mentioned that you're interested in the arts. You mentioned acting and I think drawing as well, correct? Mm-hmm. Okay, so how does your faith influence your artistic choices and vice versa?
I believe that God gave us these amazing talents and these gifts, and that with these talents, we should create beautiful things. With acting, there's always this saying that my drama teacher would tell me, which is, we tell a great story and act well for God's glory. Her name's Sister Mary Bridget. But I realized that, I always like to do acting, but I was scared to get on stage. But I realized that with every performance that we do, we're telling a great message. And not only are we making our parents proud, but we're also making God proud. And honestly, it didn't matter if I messed up in front of the other people. It only mattered that I did well for God and I wanted to make him happy. So that's why I did that. For drawing, recently I've been getting back into it, but I quit because I just didn't really feel motivated. But I think, the saying that we should use our gifts really inspired me to get back into that. One of my hobbies is also singing, and my faith inspires that because when I was at JP2, I joined chamber choir, and I also joined Scola, which is a club where the students sing at the masses that we have every Wednesday. And my faith really just pushed me to join those clubs because I wanted to sing for the masses, and I wanted to like really show everyone that I was dedicated. And yeah.
Oh, that's incredible. I love what you said there about using our gifts for God. You know, we're all given different gifts, and it can be easy to, especially at a young age, to want to compare our gifts to other people, say, oh, I'm not good at sports, or I'm not good at drawing. People are better than me at it, so I shouldn't do it. But God has given you that gift for a reason. And so beautiful what you said about being able to glorify God through the gifts he has given us, even if we're not the best at it, you know, still being able to use them and to glorify them. I think about that a lot with singing. I have a horrible voice. It's definitely genetic too. Everybody in my family has a bad voice, but I am still able to sing. God has given me the voice that he has given me. And so how can I use that voice to glorify him? So thank you. That is incredible.
Thank you.
So I'm going to give you all a question. I actually, just throwing in there because we have a little bit of extra time. You each recently graduated from high school. So can you tell us where you're going to college, what you're going to major in, if you know yet? If not, that's totally fine. Nobody knows right away. And also what you're most excited about entering into college, or even just for the summer.
Yeah.
We'll start with Jaden. Yes.
I'm going to ASU, and I'm majoring in animation. I'm really excited to make new friends and also to explore in my art, and I also want to participate in a lot of clubs. And yeah, I'm also like excited but also scared to like dorm and like experience the college life. But yeah, I'm pretty excited for that.
Awesome. Is there one club that you've heard about at ASU that you're looking to get involved in, or are you just kind of whatever sticks out when you get there?
Not at the moment, but whatever sticks out, honestly. I'm really open to trying anything.
Yeah. Incredible. Thank you. Kenny, what about you?
Well, I'm going to community college. I'm going there to play basketball, but the major I'm doing is fire science, so I can become a firefighter.
Wow.
When I'm out of there.
Okay.
So hopefully that goes good.
Yeah.
And then probably the most thing I'm most excited for is making new friends. I do have some great friends from St. Mary's, but I want to make some more new friends, and hopefully that goes good.
Incredible. Can you explain, I mean, I know you haven't started studying yet, but can you explain fire science a little more? Because that sounds very interesting. Are there particular classes you know that you're going to have to take, or?
Well, I'm not sure yet.
Okay.
I still talk to my advisor about it, but it's basically like EMT school. It's basically because I guess for firefighters, it's more EMT than actual like fighting the fires. So it's more about learning how to like save people. So it should be fun.
Wow. Incredible. Yeah. That sounds like it's going to be a lot of fun to do. Okay. Chloe, what about you?
I'm going to the United States Naval Academy this summer. Super excited. I believe I'm going to be majoring in the engineering field. Right now I'm mechanical, but we'll see. I'd love to be a fighter pilot one day. It's great. Sorry, I'm like rambling, but I went to.
Please ramble. That's okay.
Yesterday, I went to Luke Air Force Base and I saw my first F-35, and what a beautiful piece of art that is. So I think that really just like ignited my desire to like further just do that.
Yeah.
Sorry, what was the other question? I
don't even remember now. I'm so fascinated about this plane now. I think the other question was, no, you go. Do you know?
Oh, okay. I think
okay, you go.
So, on June 27th is my induction day. So that's when I'm going in. I'm going to be starting this thing called Plebe Summer. It's a 6-week boot camp, just like transitioning from civilian to military life. So, excited for that. I don't know. I'm a little nervous to be leaving home, but I think what I'm really excited about is now that I have like my faith and I've confirmed my faith, I really don't have anything to fear. And like God is like my weapon, like my secret weapon. I'm going to go in, and I think I'm just going to have a great time, because I think it's really it's a mindset. Like what I'm doing, it's going to be hard, but what I'm doing it's such an honor that I've been chosen for such a great responsibility. And it's just, I'm really excited to be able to do that for my country and to make my family proud. So
yeah. Okay, incredible. And so what really inspired you? And I know you talked about this a little bit, but can we dive a little deeper into what inspired you to want to enter the Naval Academy?
So I was born in the city. It's in Annapolis. I was born in Annapolis.
Okay.
My mother had recently immigrated from Malaysia, and we moved away, but she would push me in a stroller around the docks of Annapolis, and we would see the midshipmen, and I was too little to remember, but she used to tell me, like, Chloe, maybe one day you'll be one of them. But we moved away, and just like her story as an immigrant and how she's served my family, I want to give back to my country for the way that you guys have treated us, and it's just really an honor to be able to give back to the people who've given so much to me. That's what's inspired me.
Wow. Thank you. That is absolutely incredible. Thank you for sharing that. So another little question that I have for y'all. You each mentioned having a teacher or maybe a priest or a religious sister who inspired you. So I think it would be incredible if we could go around again and kind of give them a little bit of a shout out and maybe say how they inspired you. And if there's other teachers that you didn't mention that really stick out to you, maybe we can mention them as well. Yeah. So Chloe, why don't you go ahead and start for us?
I would say my godmother, my sponsor is Miss Gately. She was my junior theology teacher. Just a great woman overall, like such a young woman, but so inspired by her faith. And that really inspired me to further and pursue my own faith. So I love her, and I hope she's listening because just, oh my gosh, love her to death. Some other people that have inspired me is Miss Heisler, our assistant principal, Mr. Rilski, Miss Lockfader, amazing, Father Wintering. Oh my gosh. Yeah. So many great people at Notre Dame. I'm really sad to go, but I'm just really, really happy that I got to meet these people.
Yeah. Incredible. Thank you.
Well, the two people I said, Father Wetzel and Sister Maria Rose, I'll leave Father Wetzel for her so she can talk about him. But sister, she always just pushed me. And she would always ask me, like, Kenny, like, when are you going to do it? Like, it's like, I'm here for you. But then also two other people that helped me out a lot was my teacher this year, Mr. Ciani. He always kept pushing me. And then Miss Ferguson, who I'm your favorite. But Miss Ferguson always helped me out. She's always there for me, and she always pushed me. And then always my friends too. My friends also like just lived a Catholic life that like I felt like I wanted to live. Mm-hmm. And then actually my godfather was Paulo. He always pushed me. So I'm thankful for him.
Mm-hmm. Some teachers that inspired me, one of them is Sister Mary Bridget. She was my acting teacher, and she was really strong in her faith. She inspired me to be more confident and to believe in myself. Some others are Sister Maristella. She's like a really sweet sister, and like she inspires me to be kind, and to love people the way that she loves people. There's Mr. Stoll, which was my music teacher. Honestly, he helped me persevere through my senior year when it was getting hard. He probably didn't know that, but it was just that he was just really amazing. And there's Father Wetzel, and honestly, it wasn't that hard to get to know him, and he's amazing. Honestly, I really love him, and he's just kind, and he's really friendly with the other students too. He seems like a friend, I would say, which is something that I think a lot of people need. Mm-hmm. So, yeah.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing. Well, I want to give a shout out to my high school theology teacher. He's back in Houston. I went to a Dominican Catholic school there. His name is Mr. Garrett. Mr. Garrett, if you're watching this, thank you. He was my freshman year theology teacher. His just love for the Lord, his love for Catholicism, and the way that he was able to inspire us. And I went to an all-girls Catholic school, so there was a lot of drama. So the way that he put up with our drama, with us being teenage girls, it was just incredible. And the way he really continued to walk with us spiritually throughout high school. So thank you to all of the teachers out there, all of our spiritual directors, advisors, whoever you are that are inspiring high schoolers and us throughout our entire lives. Thank you for the work that you put in and for really being a true inspiration to all of us. So we're going to do our last question. We're going to go around and do a round robin. So if you could be, well, not if, but we're going to say, what would you be the patron saint of and why? I want a good explanation for these. So I'm expecting some good answers, and I have a good explanation for mine. So I want to hear what y'all's is. But okay, Kenny, why don't we start with you? We're going to start with you.
Okay. I'll probably be the patron saint of basketball.
Okay.
And probably why is because, like, with basketball, like, there's just so much to love about it.
Yeah.
It's just, like, the ball always, like, there's a lot of people that said this. Like, you bounce the ball, and the ball always comes back to you. The ball always comes back to you, and it's, like, there's just not much to not love about the game. Like, it's, like, sometimes there's hard times, like, when you lose. But, like, it's always, like, you want to get better, and you want to be better. And there's just a lot of good things that could come from it.
Awesome. Thank you. I'm actually going to throw something else in here to add with this question. Who is a saint? And it could be related to basketball for you, but maybe not, just in life. Who is a saint that you like to pray to? And if maybe you don't know yet, maybe it's a saint that you're kind of trying to discover and learn more about.
Well, probably the saint is Saint Thomas Aquinas. And that's just because at St. Mary's, we actually do like a house system kind of. Okay. And that's who my house was Thomas Aquinas. And I've always I always kept learning more about him. And he has some pretty great stories that I like to learn about. So probably him.
Hey, thank you. Thank you. Jaden?
I think I would be the patron saint of empathy or understanding. I think a lot of people, like, these days, they need help to understand other people. Mm-hmm. I feel like if we really just sit down and try to listen to other people's struggles and understand what they're going through, we can create like great relationships and become better people. What was the last question again?
Is there a saint that you like to go to normally for prayer? And maybe if there isn't one saint that you like to go to, somebody that you're trying to learn more about?
So I would say Saint Ignatius of Loyola. Mm-hmm. He's my confirmation saint. Incredible. And I chose him because he's the saint of, well, one of them is retreats, but I mainly chose him because I heard that he's good with like making decisions. And honestly, I struggle with making decisions. Like, I'm really indecisive, and also when it comes to like, I don't know, making decisions that really matter when it comes to like friend groups or when it comes to like financial stuff. I really struggle with that, and I just pray to him when I don't really know what to do.
Yeah, incredible. I am Jesuit educated. I went to a Jesuit college. My brother's school in Houston was a Jesuit school, so I'm a big fan of St. Ignatius and the Ignatian spirituality. So I'm glad that you brought that up. Okay, Chloe.
I would love to be the patron saint of discipline or something like that. I don't know if I'm worthy enough, but discipline is just something I love, and like going to the military, it's something I very much value. So, one saint that I pray to?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
My confirmation saint is Saint Maximilian Kolbe, so very much love him and what he did. Just the way he sacrificed himself was just so inspiring. Like, really, I feel like he called out to me to be like, for me to pick him because of his story, but I'm just so inspired by the way he's sacrificed himself. So one day in the future, like, I hope that I can like sacrifice in the same way. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So he's so inspiring to me.
Incredible. Thank you. And I like what you said about being the patron saint of discipline, but not being sure if you're worthy. But that's a reminder to always be striving for more. You know, mm-hmm. we're never in fulfillment with our relationship with God. We should always be striving more. Even if we think that we're at the peak, we should always be striving for more. And so that's a beautiful reminder of that, to continue until we reach heaven. So really quickly, I want to share what I would be the patron saint of. I would be the patron saint of cows in Texas. I absolutely love cows. They're my favorite animal. I wish I could like hang out in a field all day and like graze on grass. That would be the ideal life. I'm also originally from Texas, and I have to be proud of it because I'm a Texan. So that's what I would be the patron saint of. In high school, I would have said Crocs because I wore Crocs all the time. So, but that concludes our first episode of Prep Rally. Thank y'all so much for joining us today. It has been such a joy to meet each of you, to get to know you, and to hear about your faith journey. I hope everyone really enjoyed this first episode of Prep Rally. If you did, please make sure to share this podcast with your friends, families, neighbors, random strangers, whoever it is. Make sure you tell them about this podcast. Make sure to like and subscribe and comment below if you have any ideas for future episodes. And make sure to check back with us in the fall for when we open up our next season of Prep Rally. Thank y'all.